Yo. What's good with y'all boys?
And we are live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is another week of Arthur Chain Podcast, and I am your host, Mississippi Sexual, and my co-host is tonight.
Hey, you already know it's your boy, motherfucking BU, because that's all you gotta motherfucking do. Let's get it. I'm hyped too, so hey, it's gonna be some shit. Hey.
You muted. You gotta unmute yourself, AB.
Oh, it's AB. You know what it is. My bad for the mute. Some little technical difficulties this morning, guys. Hey, it's been a long week, man. Ready to
It's been a
go
long
into
week, man.
this next one.
It's been a long week, and tonight is SOulFul Sundays. And we got Maddhadduh Marshall in the building. What's up, Maddhadduh?
What's going on, boys? How you doing tonight?
Hey, blessed brother. Good to have you with us tonight, man. How y'all fellas doing tonight, man? We can go around the building letting us know how everybody's doing.
I'm hyped. I'm hyper right now, so hey, y'all gotta mind me tonight. I'm hyped. I got a lot of rest, so I've been jumpy, bouncing around. My kids, I've been bouncing off their energy. These niggas is hyping here, like I gotta tell them to calm down. And then they got me hyped, so it's like, yo, hey. I was like, fuck it, let's just get hyped.
I think you hype every show. I ain't never seen a show when BU won't hype.
Hey, blame the kids then. I gotta blame somebody. Blame the kids. It's the kids' fault. Fuck it. Blame the kids. Yeah. What about you, AB?
Oh shoot. This week's been, especially this weekend. I went to a little trail ride this weekend, so that was kind of dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marshall.
Yesterday, the weatherman said it was going to be close to 60. Instead, it looked like it was going to snow all day, and it was gray, and it was fucking depressing, and I fucking hate it. The fucking weather sucks. Winter's been going on for what seems like 2.5 years now.
That's a long winter. That's a long winter. And you're a champion because I know I struggle with cold weather.
Oh yeah,
So.
it sucks, bro. That's why I moved to Florida. Like, it's 40 degrees where he at. It's 80 degrees here. Like, I like that. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my decision.
He said, "I'm proud of my decision."
Like it's okay. It's the weekend. What are you gonna do?
Nigga, my kids was in the swimming pool. Why you have 40 degrees? Like, my kids was in the pool.
I was seeing my breath.
Oh yeah.
Total different atmosphere for sure.
What about you, mister?
I had a very good day today, man. I went and walked around the river rocks. I like to try to find a river rock near me whenever I'm out of town. I'll be exploring, be feeling like a tourist. So they got one in Irving, Texas. It's like 20 minutes outside of Dallas, and it's got a nice little canal that you can walk on. Got little plazas and things of that nature. So it was very serene. Get out in nature.
So they got gators and shit out there, or
No, this was like some
I thought
luxury
Texas
shit.
had gators. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Though Texas may have gators. I'm not from Texas, so I mean, I don't know what animals they have. But I thought you were talking about in the location I was in. This was like something man-made. This wasn't like natural.
So you never seen like a gator or a crocodile in Texas at all?
Not while I've been in Texas, no.
Oh, okay.
No. Florida, North Carolina, Mississippi, Louisiana, yes. Not in Texas, I haven't. Not saying that they don't have any, but also I haven't been in southern Texas. I've only been in West Texas, and now I'm in East Texas.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you want to kick this off, then I'll follow up. You want to kick this off?
Yeah, we can pick it up however you want to do it, brother. We're going straight into questions.
Yeah. All right. So what does it mean to live a soulful life? Hold on. What? Because it's Soulful Sundays. What does soulful mean to you? Soulful
What does soul food
mean to
mean
you?
to? Mm, it's a good question. I think soulful means to me when I hear soulful, um, I feel like something that impacts you internally, something that enlightens something in you internally, um, something that comes from something deep within. Like if somebody was singing a song soulfully or playing an instrument soulfully, I would feel like, or I would be saying, I'm describing this person is playing it from like deep within them, like a very internal connection.
I agree with that. But my response would be like a deep emotion, something like you really care about, like you really like tuned into that, like something like that. Because I know people think they think soulful is it depends on religion or like you got to be godly or like, and it's not that. I don't want people to get that misconception because it has
Mm.
nothing to do with that at all. Being soulful has nothing to do with God or other like no religion. It depends on you. It depends on deep emotions and what you really care about and what you put into what you care about. That's being soulful to me. That's my definition.
Hmm. Man, Adam
Because
Marshall, what you got for that, brother?
A f- Probably a feel exactly like you were talking about, a feeling that brings you nirvana, and that might bring you to a piece of freedom and forgetfulness where you can forget everything and go and just be you, or bring yourself to some inner un some inner some inner tranquil peace.
Hmm.
okay, AB.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting here thinking, like, when we say soulful, we mean, well, from what I hear, from what I gather, is that uh soulful is more about, um, especially in this dynamic in the world right now. I think it's more about a culture setting type thing, right? So like we all come from different cultures. Like everybody can be soulful in a sense, respective to their own culture. Like
Yeah,
you might you might feel a certain type of way because of X, Y, and Z factors, but at the same time, you know you feel at home when you're trying to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish.
yeah, I feel that. So, Marshall, you said I heard you say inner peace.
Yes.
All right. So how as a people do we get deeper connections with our inner peace and our inner person, and even with others? And
So
I like you brought up that definition.
yeah, so the definition of soulful, it says expressing or appearing to express deep and often sorrowful feelings. So
Yeah.
that's the definition.
So
They consider it an adjective.
we was all on point with what we said then.
I feel like we was all on point with what we said there.
All right. So with the inner peace, you said, Marshall, you said we got to get our inner peace. How do we get deeper with our inner peace and like with others too that's around us? How do we get deeper into that?
I'm going to quote Michael Jackson right here. You got to look at the man in the mirror.
You gotta look at the
Okay.
man in the mirror.
And then what
They
about
said,
the others around us?
You don't worry about them. You got to look at the man in the mirror.
Okay. And
Don't
then
worry about anybody else in the because what you could be saying about all the others around you could be a reflection of what you're doing. So you look at the man in the mirror first, and you look at everything. You got to face yourself first.
I like that answer.
Absolutely. To piggyback off what he said, if you think about the Notorious movie, you know what I'm saying? Big said it in the movie, you know what I mean? You can't change nothing till we change ourselves, you know what I mean? Like, so I agree with that. You know, until you face your own self, you know what I mean? To me, you can't really combat anything into the world until you're able really to change and look within and fix things within you. And so you change you, it's no good you trying to go into this world and provide change into the world when you ain't changed nothing about yourself.
Right. So I get that. So I agree 50%. Because the question was like, how do we cultivate ourselves to get deeper connections with ourselves and others? So the others part, I agree with what y'all said with that part. But the others part is having a conversation to me, like have a conversation with them. Like every time I talk to y'all, like it gets deeper. Like Tanya, you know our talks. Marshall, you know our talks. AB, we know our talks. Like our talks, it gets deeper. So like with ourselves, yeah, y'all were right about that. But with others, it comes conversation. Because without
Yeah, I mean,
conversation,
that was just
conversation
that was
without
just piggybacking off what he was saying. Correct.
yeah. So
Right.
without conversations, we're lost. Like I might think you think this, but you don't think that because we never talked about it.
Right.
You know, or I might think AB thinks this, but I ain't never bring it up. I'm just assuming. That's called, you know, assumptions and shit like that. So,
Right.
but
Let
yeah.
me ask you, do you feel like communication is more important or comprehension? Because we can communicate all day long, but if we're not comprehending each other, we're not coming to a proper understanding. Is communication worth having?
Well,
Can we,
that's part. I think that's part of communication, right?
yes.
And there's a difference between just speaking words and then like effectively communicating between two individuals. So when we talk about communication, is it effective communication? You can yell at the top of your lungs all day, but if one of the parties is not receiving what you're saying and trying to respond to what you're saying, then there is no real communication there. You can talk all day. You can have a conversation with somebody for hours and still never really have the real conversation, right?
Yes. I agree. 100%. I can tell you some shit all day, and then it's gonna piss me off at the end of the day, because nigga, I'm telling you all this shit, like yo, and then at some point I'm gonna feel like real shit. I'm gonna feel like wasting my time.
I got a question.
And I made it so simple, and I like to simplify shit. I made it so simple, and you still don't get it. Yeah, I'm pissed off.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's your question, Maddhadduh?
Okay, we're talking about communication and everything like that. If somebody talks constantly, I mean, from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed, just constantly 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, all the time. This is just their personality. This is their
personality. Do
personality.
what?
Talk.
Are you judging me?
Talk. Okay, talk.
No, this is their personality. They just talk. How do you feel? You got to have a filter. And I'm not talking about you got to have a filter for both. They might need a filter for what they're talking about, and you might need to filter out what's real and what's bullshit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Some people just
Talk to hear themselves talk.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Some people need that though, and then like I've been an ear to people like that, and then it started to piss me off. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear shit no more. Like
nigga, get to the point. Like, let me get to the point. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing?
Like, how long is this story? Like, you could have said this story in 3 sentences. Like,
hey, but you know what? We have a different perspective if the story is interesting, though. If
yeah, yeah.
We like, nigga, you got another story? Tell
So
us
it's funny.
more, please.
It's funny you say that because we got a question tonight. It says, "How important is storytelling to be used as a tool for healing and connecting?" So let me ask you that. Like, how could storytelling be used for healing and connecting?
Have you
Um,
seen the 2004 video or heard the song 2004 that by YG that he just dropped?
Yes, I have. I had the pleasure of listening to it the other day because you put in me enlightening of the song, but I have not seen the video yet. So I would love to see the artistry behind the video.
I think it
But,
makes
but,
it
but, let-
story.
elaborate on that. Elaborate on it, Maddhadduh.
You want me to elaborate on it?
Yeah,
It's
you can elaborate
basically
on it.
of a story of a young teenage boy being molested by the mother of a girlfriend, by a 30-year-old aunt of a girlfriend, told by the older man now with a different point of view, and looking at it as holy shit, this is not as cool as it seemed as it was back in the day. What what was glorified back in the day of, oh man, you were a teenager and you hooked up with an older girl, you hooked up with an older chick, you're fucking awesome. What the fuck? You're the fucking man. Holy shit, man, bow down to this dude. You're the king of the school. Yeah, you fucking rule. You know,
Whole time in a grown man perspective, he realized, you know what I'm saying, he might have been taken advantage of by the older woman.
Yeah, I
A
feel
way
that.
of that was a way that the artist YG and who else was on that record?
Buddy in the Gang.
Used Buddy in the Game. How they use, you know what I'm saying, their their platform as a way of connecting and bringing awareness to a situation that happened in their life through storytelling.
So you had a situation like that before?
Speaking in who you speaking to?
You.
Have I had a situation like that?
Yeah.
Had an older woman take advantage of me? Um, no, sir.
Okay.
I've been with women that were way older than my age, but when I was with them, I was well within my understanding of what I was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
But the question is like, which in what ways do we think that storytelling can be used as a tool for healing or connecting?
I think storytelling can be used as if I tell you my story, I'm gonna use one word: prevention.
Mm,
So I don't want you to go through what I went through.
right,
So I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna let you know the signs that lead up to that stuff and everything.
right.
So you ain't got to go through it. And then
Mm,
when it approaches you, you know how to handle it.
okay.
So that's how
So
I
so
feel
you
like,
like you feel like storytelling gives someone's like the blueprint.
yeah, like, and
Okay.
then if you choose to go through it, that's on you. But I told you. And then and maybe you handle it differently than me and get through it in a positive way, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, hey, I'm transparent. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Hey, this happened, this happened, this happened, and this is how it happened. The whole way, the whole, like you said, blueprint, the whole blueprint, and this is what happened. And then you take it from there. You take that information, you do what you want with that information. That's how I feel about that.
I
Because
think
I've had like, and it's called, and you know, what we call them, like OGs, like they used to tell us shit, you know, and then you know we hard headed. We
I
still
think
we still do this shit, and then you know, like damn, this, and we go back like damn, this nigga told me about this shit, like yo, this nigga told me,
Yeah, I like that. Storytelling shows the experience
yeah,
and the way that we tell others, we learn from it. Like I mean, we listen to stories all the time. Especially, I'm a hip hop fanatic, just like probably half of y'all, most of y'all. I know, Mister and BU, y'all love hip
Yeah.
hop. So we
Yeah.
listen to our icons, and I wanna point out somebody from the city, right, from the Ville. You know, J. Cole, one of the greatest artists, you know, alive today. You know what I'm saying, lyrically. And you if you ever listen to majority of his songs, especially at his earlier prime, um, and I say earlier prime because the way he has put out or released music has been, you know what I'm saying, a little bit different now, but it's still great, right?
BU got them
But you
bars.
listen to most of his songs and their stories, right? You know, a lot of us can relate to um what's that song with J. Cole where he had this like first time, like,
I ain't never did this before. No, I ain't
yeah,
never did
yeah.
this before.
Everybody, hey, look, hey, for real, that's a story, right? That's a story, and whether it was true or not, I mean, most people can kind of relate to it. So
It was relatable.
storytelling to me is like, how can you paint a picture that somebody can take your words and visually, like, visualize your words into like a story, and then kind of relate to that story, like, because people coordinate to things they relate to.
Yeah.
And so, like, when he made that
Absolutely.
song, particularly, like, we've all been adolescent adults, young adults, or whatever the case may be, and we kind of experience something of that nature, you know, at our prime. So we can kind of relate to it. So that makes it so popular because we can relate to that particular story. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Wouldn't it
So
be focusing on the details?
Of the story of that song.
Or focusing in on the details of anything if you want to do storytelling. If you want to do
Yes.
storytelling, you want to focus in on details. You want to be a newt with
Yes.
your surroundings, have your head on a swivel, have your head on a swivel. Keep your eyes.
Yes.
all right. So Anayas Garza said storytelling shows the experience,
We read that.
and yeah. All right. And B and Onyx.
We
That's
read that too.
we read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we read both of those, bro. Where you be?
I didn't know we read it. You put it on the screen. I didn't know we read it out
Yeah, we
loud.
put it on the screen and we read it. Yeah.
You read it.
Yeah, so I wanted to piggyback off it then.
Okay, we'll piggyback off it, brother. What you got?
Right, so that does with experience. All right,
Yes.
so that comes with experience. You want to read number 3? Who the fuck is who is that?
Wait, hey, look. So I think we kind of got thrown off track a little bit, but we did read that comment. You know what I'm saying? We read it.
It was
kind of
two.
responded to it.
It was two back to back.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's why I got
yes,
lost.
yes. When the comments come up, I try to pull them on the screen for our listeners so they can see that we're, responding in real time. Shouts out to all our listeners. If you want your comments heard and you're on Instagram, or if you're not on our Facebook, on our actual Art for Change page, come over to our Facebook Art for Change page, or come over to YouTube at Art for Change Podcast, and you can see your comments show up in real time.
Okay. All right, so we're them talking about experience. What personal experience changed your life then? Since we read that already, I'm gonna piggyback off that then.
Personal
What personal experience changed your life?
Damn, every one of them. To be honest.
All right, what's the biggest?
Hey, like I'm quite sure everybody can relate to some type of heartbreak. Everybody can relate to, you know what I'm saying?
That's my experience, heartbreak.
Yeah,
You
I
know
have
what
to
I'm saying?
say
Like,
every experience as well, because I'm pretty sure if I went through life again, I wouldn't want to fall down the stairs again either. I'm
Right.
pretty sure I'm pretty sure I hold on to the railing this time or some shit.
I think the biggest experience that I experienced in life, that was like a life changing experience, was becoming a father. I think that is a major experience. I feel like bringing children into this world is a beautiful thing, and nothing quite gets you ready for having a child, but in the
Yeah.
same breath, nothing like until you have to literally, realize and wake up every day knowing that like I have to live now for someone else. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you really appreciate and understand life to its fullest until you have something else that you have to provide for other than yourself.
Okay. What about you,
What about
Matt? Marshall?
I think that goes both ways because just because she's the woman carrying it doesn't mean she doesn't have to feel she needs to go get off scot free either, and she's got to be involved as well, and that's more than just being in the house.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, it impacts her every day more than it would impact the father because you know what I mean. It impacts him with saying just roles, responsibility, and the impact of
They're
the father.
giving men maternity leave now. They're giving husbands maternity leave now. So
yeah,
if
yeah,
that's
I think that's necessary though. I think
yeah, you
I
get
would love
maternity.
to have been able to be home and actually take care of the mother of my children during the
At
time that
least
they
for
were.
like the first, you know what I'm saying? At least the first
Absolutely,
4 to 6 weeks, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
That baby gonna be in the house giving y'all hell. And you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like
Giving her hell, really, because you're out providing most of
so
the time.
if you get maternity leave, right, you can still provide because you're still getting paid, but you also there to help with the having a newborn baby in the house because having a newborn baby in the house is fucking demanding. As we all know.
Right. She said there are states that offer paternity leave.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love to be in one of those states.
My job offers that. Like, I can
Yeah.
if
yes,
she has
Rhode
a
Island
baby,
has
I can
paternity leave. Rhode
like,
Island has
I get
paternity
paid to
leave.
be off. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you
Uh,
can have proof of the birth certificate, you straight.
I get
Company be
paid to
like,
be off.
okay, look, like my last when I had my daughter, the company I was working for at the time was like, how much time do you need off?
Oh
It's
Okay,
well,
wow. See,
it's
that's dope.
maternity leave, not paternity leave, maternity leave.
maternity leave is for
Women.
normally men.
Yeah, well, paternity leave, yeah, but there's the paternity leave is the man version. Then yes, Rhode
Yeah, and
Island has that as well.
maternity leave is for women. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. My state has both.
Paternity leave is for men.
My state has both.
Mm.
but I think people need that. You know what I'm saying? I think you need that. Like if you're having a new kid, if you're having a baby, you know, the baby's not on the same sleep schedule as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? They wake up, you know, they wake up all throughout the night. You gotta
Yeah.
constantly get up, feed them, make sure they okay, make sure they fall back to sleep before you can get, a little bit of shut eye.
Yeah.
And so that 6 weeks is needed. I think so. I think maternity
I
leave
think so.
is a great thing because you get to help out, you know,
Yeah. I
at
feel
those
that.
early stages.
I definitely feel that. Yeah.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
All right, Mister.
How do you guys define success?
In what?
I mean, just what is success to you? What is
Success to me. All right. Let me answer this. Success to me will be accomplishing your goals, whether they're fucking this high or this low. Like
mhm.
everybody's different. Like your goal might not be my goal. My goal might be all the way up here. Your goal might be in the middle. But to you, success to me is what you think you accomplished.
Okay.
That's what success means to me. And then yeah, that's it. Like it's what you think you
So
accomplished. I'm listening.
no. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying so I can piggyback.
All right, so yeah, so what you think you accomplished, what you set your goal to, and then you're like, this is it, because like I got a friend, AJ. I try to push him more. He don't want more. He says he's comfortable, and
Right.
I guess I could say success is comfortability, which
Mm.
I can piggyback off that and say that's complacency too. So it goes both ways. What I think.
Ooh, yeah. No,
So
you know,
that is correct. That is that
Yeah.
is
So yeah,
I would have to disagree with you just a little bit. You
I
know,
I, I like it.
I think
It's,
being complacent is completely different from an individual thinking they're successful, right?
no, but he's
Because
successful, and
it doesn't.
he's complacent with where he's at.
Well, so mm,
Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
any
I
successful
love it. I
person.
love it. I
I don't
love it.
think
I love it.
anybody
I
that
love
we
it.
yeah.
view as successful is complacent where they're at. Like, look at let's take current situations and current events, right? So
Yeah.
we got our current administration in the United States, Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is widely successful on a financial front, right? So like he has all the money in the world. There's no reason why a person that has access to a basically unlimited funds would want to take on a job as uh, a leader for something else. Now, do we define him as successful from a financial point? He has more money than most people do have, right? He's in the top 0.001%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so is that success? And if it was success, then why is he continuously doing the things that he's doing now? Like, why is he striving to have one of the hardest jobs in the world? You know what I'm saying?
Because he is not complacent.
But why would anybody want to be complacent? It doesn't matter so it doesn't matter how far you climb up the ladder, there's still gonna be other opportunities that you're gonna want to strive for above that. You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
so what
I
all
got
right,
a
so
question. I
what
got a question.
Hold up, Marshall. Let me dig in. What does complacency mean? Being comfortable where you're at, right?
Right?
So, like I said, my homie was like, "Yo, I don't want nothing else. This is what I need, and all that. This is what I need." He's
Well,
successful right now.
by
Yeah,
definition, I pull it up again.
yeah.
Let me pull it up again.
You're
Go ahead, say what
comfortable.
you said.
We
I'll
learned that in Alfred, AB. We learned that in the military. Complacency.
Yeah, but you can't. I don't think any successful person. I don't think anybody should
But
ever feel
that's why I
complete.
started it off with it depends on what you believe is successful. Because he feels like he's successful.
Who?
He succeeded everything he needed, and that's it. And then now he's chilling, and he
So
don't want
complacency is it.
he don't want anything else. All right, read it.
My bad,
So
brother.
let me ask you the same question, right? Let me give you a scenario, right? Somebody fresh out of high school get their first job or whatever, or they in high school, they get their first job, they making
Okay.
a little bit of money. Are they and they think I made it? Are they successful or have they just been complacent?
It's all about how they pursue it, how they perceive it. It's all about you, what you think about it. That's what I'm saying. Because this guy who I'm talking about, he doesn't want anything more. And he's older. He's not out of high school or anything. I'm not gonna name him, but hey, he's not out of high school. And I be telling him, I tell him what you just said, but he's like, like I'm comfortable. Like, I don't need nothing else. I'm good. Like, and
I
that's not a
think
bad
there's a
thing.
difference between being comfortable and being complacent, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
I
being
think it's the same.
comfortable is
Read
I
the
think.
complacent.
definition?
I
What's
mean,
complacent? Read the
okay. So
definition.
the definition of complacency is showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievement. That's what complacency is. So if we're just looking at the definition of complacency, and then let me pull up the definition of comfortable. Um, I think that they are at two total different dynamics. Um, Let's see what it says for comfortable. All right. Pull this back up. So for
Yes,
comfortable,
is monetary success.
it is also an adjective. It says especially or clothing. Okay. It says providing physical ease or relaxation or a large, I'm sorry, as large as is needed or wanted. So as large as is needed as wanted. It says a warm quilt. These are all examples of it comfortable. So comfortable basically is being as large or as large or as needed as it
All right,
as
so
wanted.
A, B, you went through basic training just like me. And on the sign it
No,
says,
no, I did not go through basic training.
oh shit, well shit. On the sign it says complacency kills, which they taught me like being comfortable kills. You always want to have more.
Yeah,
Whereas
but I don't
being,
think if
which
once you become successful, I don't think that is defined as being complacent, right? Just because you're successful in a certain area, because we all have there's multiple. I think there's multiple different areas in life that somebody can be successful in, right? You can be a successful father. You might not be a successful businessman though. You know what I'm saying?
all right, so
Or
now
you
you're switching it. I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
no, I'm just saying, like, you can be successful and you can say, oh, I made it to my peak. I'm doing everything that I want to do. That is complacency versus, succeeding in I guess your goals and your dreams. But I don't know anybody that has reached all their goals and dreams. That's why I try to use the current Trump administration and all that other stuff as an example to say, like, these people can live the life that they want to live at any given time, right? They
I
can do
agree.
whatever they want to do, but
I
why
agree.
would they choose to do the hard jobs? Like, why would they choose to have people hate them? You know what I'm saying? Because there's two sides of the fence. There's people that love Donald Trump, and there's people that hate Donald Trump. I'm just using him as an example
Yeah,
because there's a lot of animosity built around that right now. But
Right.
on the same
I agree.
token,
I agree.
he is successful at a lot of things, but he's not complacent. You know what I'm saying? He's not
I agree with
complacent
that. Yeah,
because
you're right.
he's constantly striving for something bigger. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's a billionaire, he didn't have to be a fucking president, right? Like,
And you
so
can tell that one
I would,
billionaire.
Not,
You know,
I
you
would,
I
got
mean,
you
I
got
would have to say that.
he's power hungry. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all
multi-billionaire.
talk. I'm gonna let y'all talk because yeah. What y'all answer, Mister and Marshall?
Well, I want to go back to the successful thing. And I think that goes back to having I didn't think I could do that moment. Like every time you have I didn't think I could do that and coming across trying to do something and having trouble putting something together, having trouble at work, having trouble with family, having trouble with this and everything, and then coming across you know what? And coming across and doing it and having I didn't think I could do that moment. And when it comes to the government, when we're classifying everything,
Says he
if
likes to be in control.
yeah,
Who-
when it comes
Miss
to the
Anna, who is
government,
you referring to for? Who are you
I
referring
think she's
to that
talking
he
about
likes to
the
be in
current
control?
administration.
Oh, the Trump administration.
when
He
it
said
comes
Trump likes to be in
when
control.
it comes to the government, who is the person classifying stuff to the president? Who's the person that says, you know what, this is too classified for the president? You can't see it and everything like that. Is that a room full of senators and everything? I highly doubt that because they're going to tell me the senators can see it, but the president can't. That don't work in the chain of command. So you're telling me there's people out there that saying, you know what, this is too classified for the president and he can't see it. I'd like to meet that motherfucker.
I fucking love you, Marshall. Hey, I like to be that motherfucker too.
We all work well. I work in an environment where you got to have clearances and stuff for certain information, right? So
Yeah.
information is divided into compartmentalized groups, So not
Everybody don't know
everybody,
everything, pretty much.
everybody doesn't need to know everything.
That's
Right.
so everybody can be anybody and everybody can be a fall person at any certain point in time.
Hmm.
If everything is compartmentalized, you easily can be cut off at the strings.
Well, it helps if one person if one person can know everything and they just happen to spill all the beans. You know what I'm saying? They only
Then we're fucked.
That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you, but it's really so they can cut you off at the strings at the side of any problem or anything like that. It's all compartmentalized. Yeah, so they don't have to take any fallback, any certain problem, any certain scratch, any certain itch, any certain fucking contusion, any certain cut.
So we can compartmentalize a lot of different things, right? If you're a business owner, and let's just say you had a whole bunch of people that you needed to employ for your business, are you going to mix the IT people with the financial people?
Is that compartmentalizing, or so putting them in departments is compartmentalizing?
That's compartmentalizing, right? Because you're if you're a CEO of a company, right, and you have these different departments, let's just say an IT department and a financial department. The financial department does not need to know the technology that the IT department is developing on. Vice versa, the IT department does not need to know all about the company's finances because
that doesn't go with the definition of compartmentalizing. If you're compartmentalizing in your head and you keep in thoughts and everything in your head, you're compartmentalizing. You're putting this trauma here and this trauma here, this trauma here. But guess what? They're all connected some way, shape, or form. There's still a head to the snake.
And that's a little different. I would have to say that's a little bit different, right? Because mental compartmentalization is different from what we've been taught how to run a business or anything like that, right? Or, if you're trying to keep things secret, you don't want, the financial guy accidentally leaking technical secrets that you and your company have developed because they don't need to know that information. So they can't even access the information. Like if I was to design a system for a company, I would compartmentalize it, right? If you're in the finance group, you have access to XYZ. If you're in the IT group, you have access to ABC. You know what I'm saying? They still work for me. We still work on the same team. But at the same time, the information doesn't need to be crossed across different compartments that is not helping that particular department. People normally I think of it like this. Humans are so easily distracted that if you put them in focus into a single thing, they often perform better. Why there's different positions at work, and it goes down to, you know what I'm saying, everybody works for a different organization here, and even in your organization, you have somebody that does this and somebody that does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know who those people are. Oh, that person does this at work, right? Or that person does this at work. Why? Because they don't need to be trying to do everything. You can't have a whole bunch of Indians or a whole bunch of chiefs and not enough Indians. You need to have, the reason why they have managers.
Most offices are chiefs trying to be Indians. Most offices are chiefs trying to be bigger chiefs because every office is trying to be. Every person is trying to be that top job and everything like that. So,
Of course.
So why should it not be all chiefs and no Indians when you're taught to move up? So it should be all chiefs. I want a room full of fucking lions.
You want a room full of lions, but you also need a room full of followers. Because there would be no organization. And I speak that from experience. You know what I'm saying? If you got a room full of lions, that's great. You need to refocus your lions into positions where they can lead a room full of followers.
They can lead a pack. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because at that particular point, they can focus on individual tasks. Hey, look, the reason why they got CTOs, CEOs, CIOs is because they focus on different areas of the business. But at the end of the day, they all working towards the same mission plan from a high level perspective.
Every
So,
job position has its own jurisdiction. Exactly.
so
Perfectly said.
compartmentalization, I don't think compartmentalization is a bad thing, but I'm just saying like compartmentalization, especially on the need to know of information, it is compartmentalized for the simple fact that if somebody goes outside the realm, let's just say Eric Snowden for instance, right? He had certain knowledge to certain pertinent information, but he couldn't release all the government secrets, right? You know what I'm saying? So you keep that's a security measure.
You know who
Yeah.
Jack Textera is?
I don't.
He's a
I don't.
National Guard guy that just got convicted for stealing plans for Ukraine. He was in the National
Oh,
Guard.
hmm. How about that, sir?
All right,
What
let's move.
about?
Hey,
Go ahead.
what?
Go ahead, brother.
Let's move on.
Let's
Let's move on. We've been on this topic for a minute. Let's move on. What's next? Let's
All
hear
right. Let me ask you, how did y'all encourage others to explore their own soulful journeys? What is like a soulful journey? What is something that is like a soulful journey to you?
I would say, okay, if nobody else gonna speak, I would say like just being in tune with yourself, right? And like we've had this discussion before, and we brought it up earlier. Like, be real with yourself. I think Matt had to bring it up. Be real with yourself,
Be you.
and that's the only way that you can actually even start a soulful journey, right? And that journey that to help yourself grow. So
My thing is, y'all see the name, be you, and then like it's it's not like a flex or nothing. It's just like AB said, is being honest with yourself. Like, nigga, if I know I can't be a basketball player. Nigga, like I'm not going to the NBA. Nigga, I'm 5'8". Like, nigga, like I think it's being honest with yourself and it's being realistic.
well, so look, I put it this way: it's not that you're not capable of going to the NBA. It's just that you understand the reality of the situation, right?
Yeah, the chances.
And you understand the outside influence.
Yeah.
People in the NBA, they want you to be at least 6 feet, right? Like you see everybody in the NBA, they at least 6 feet, and they play the ball. You being shorter than 6 feet,
Curry look like me.
Your eyes,
but the nigga is like 6'1".
So you know.
But it's accepting the reality, you know. You gotta accept it, and then like, and it comes with picking and choosing. Like, you gotta pick and choose. Like, hey, nigga, I know this shit ain't gonna work out for me. Like,
not saying that anybody that's 5'8" can't be in the NBA. It's just that you know most scouts are not looking for a 5'8" person unless you're fucking amazing. Right?
Yeah. I gotta be like Spud Webb, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they haven't been putting people in the NBA like that no more.
No,
you know what I'm
no, yeah, that's just not happening. There's a level. Yeah, but
well, how do you tell a kid that he's never gonna grow?
You tell him when he stopped growing.
No. It's
teach them biology. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I met your mother. I'm your father, or whatever the case may be. Your mother's parents on this side, they got an average height of.
What if you don't know? What if you don't know?
Hey, you playing Russian roulette at that point. Not Russian roulette, but you playing roulette. You know what I'm saying? You taking a spin of the dice, you taking a roll of the dice. But that's all you could really do.
You're basically telling the Isaiah Thomases out there to quit.
No, I'm just asking them to be realized with their situation. Now, I'm not saying don't give your all to basketball, but then also have a backup plan, because if you if 98%, or let's just say
Why should he have
98,
a backup plan if somebody that's over 6 feet tall and everything has the same idea and thinks they're gonna make it and everything just because of 6 inches they should have shouldn't have a backup plan because they're 6 inches?
because they're 6 feet tall? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying anything you do that's a competitive, you gotta reach your competitive odds, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I would have to say less than 1% of the people that go to actually like play basketball and try to go to the NBA or try to go to the major leagues in any sport. You know what I'm saying? The competitive nature is vast.
Like kind of
You're
getting a
looking at
number one hit song or
you're
going
you're
viral and
not
getting
just
a number one podcast or
so
anything like that.
so and plus when it comes with major leagues, we're not just looking at the population of the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? The major leagues draft people from all over the world. And so
Yes.
you're not just competing locally uh in your
You're competing globally. Yeah.
they teach you that at an early age why you go through stages of, let's just say, a sports league or organization, right? Like, so when you start off, you play with people at the local level, especially high school, right? You're playing with people in your city, in your town, uh, in your state. You're representing your state. At a college level, you're playing at more of a national level. Now you got the best players from the state playing in college, and now they're playing with each other for the national competition. But then when you get past college and go to the major leagues, you know what I'm saying? And even the minor leagues, you're not just playing against people from your nation anymore. You're playing with the best of the best in that particular arena from around the world. You know what I'm saying? So the pool gets very, very small the farther you go up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
you start your competition and start becoming more elite.
even if I was 6'7" and I do play really good and I can dominate the state level, or I can dominate the national level, doesn't mean I'm going to be able to dominate at a world level. And that's what makes players like LeBron James and all of these other point guards and people that play their position really well, you know, highly valuable, because they're competing at the world stage, but they're competing at a very high caliber on the world stage.
Yeah.
Everybody in the NBA can ball, even the nigga on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From regular, like, the nigga can ball, but the nigga's not. He hasn't been able to perform at the level that, you know what I'm saying, at that level yet.
Yeah. I agree. All right, mister.
I agree with that. I agree with that. You got a rebuttal for that, man?
No, I agree with that. We
I agree with that. I agree with that. I like that. I like how AB eloquently put that. Hey man, can y'all guys tell me a personal experience that led to a significant impact in your life?
didn't we ask this one already? Didn't we go over
I
this?
think we did because I think we
Yeah,
did
we
because
had
I was speaking on my kids, but I know I said my kids, but I didn't hear nobody else say nothing else.
Yeah, I just got a message make me smile, boy. Hold up. All right. Hey, so yeah, that's another question. That's another question.
Are you talking to who? Are you talking to? Yeah,
Y'all, hey, you, AB, ask the
Anybody
question.
can ask a question. What answer
Okay.
number
Okay.
8? Man, I had a
Okay. As for a life experience, I think I had a lot of life experiences that hit me. The time when I got in trouble in Iraq. The time when
Hold up. Let's talk about Iraq.
I don't want to.
Yeah, because that was a crazy time. I know about it. But okay, that's good. Because that's very deep. I get it. What else, Marshall?
The time I was seeing this girl and her cousin flipped his car on Black Friday 6 times and everything. The time and let's see. When I got out of the service, when I took a train across the country, when I took a bus across the country, when I took a bus back across the country, when I took a train back across the country. Those are pretty interesting life experiences.
So what happened when you took the train across the country, bro?
I wanted to get away and I didn't know where to go. And I thought the best way to see, I thought the best way of backpacking the United States would probably be taking a train. So I left with everything, smashed my cell phone, and hopped the train.
You said you smashed your cell phone?
Yes.
So you went total off grid on the train.
Yes.
Oh, that's fire. So tell me about that, man. Tell me about that.
So I got a train and took that from where was I going the first time? Hold on. Florida to Rhode Island to Los Angeles. I took a train from Rhode Island to Los Angeles and I stopped at every train station. I didn't really get too much time to get outside the train station or everything. Well, except in DC. DC, I had a little bit of time to go walk around DC. I got to visit the Smithsonian and stuff. But other than that, I didn't really have too much time. I stopped in Atlanta. That's right outside the Magic Strip Club. That's the bus station. Sorry, mistaking trips. The train ride was long. I didn't get a cabin. I should have gotten a cabin, but I didn't care. I slept on the floor at nighttime because the chairs were uncomfortable. So I got a blanket and slept on the floor. The dinner car was nice. I ate dinner on the dinner car that has glass windows down the side and through the plains of Kansas and through the plains of Kansas and through the Midwest and everything like that. That was a really nice sight to go sit there and have dinner. Sitting there and that was a good view. They had really good meals, snacks. You couldn't smoke on the train, I don't think so. But
yeah, I can imagine not, because I mean those enclosed is long distance before you stop. I guess I'd be very inconsiderate for someone
yeah,
who
but
does
I
not
remember
smoke.
being in airports where there was smoking in airports. There was a smoke room inside the airport that if you went in
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
man, it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
smoking a fucking
There's boxed
chimney
out like
stack. It
smoking
was like
weed.
smoking
Yeah,
a chimney stack.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The little smoking rooms inside the airports. Because I've flown across the country as well. I've flown from Seattle to Rhode Island, Virginia, Maine.
yeah.
I've been to Thailand, Singapore, Hawaii, Guam, Hong Kong, Australia,
That's crazy.
Portugal.
We're about to build a park in Singapore. We're about to build some.
Let me ask you. You done been to all these countries. I didn't mean to cut you off, B. I'm sorry.
Yeah, good.
You done been to all these countries, Maddhadduh, and also you, AB, because you done been to quite a few countries as well. Being as you guys have been world explorers, what countries would y'all say would be the best countries to live in?
No, Qatar was fire when I went. I ain't gonna lie to you. Qatar is fire.
The best country. Qatar is expensive though.
It is expensive. You got to be able to afford it though. But
Yeah.
it was fire. Hey, that shit
Yeah,
was
there's
fire.
a lot of countries that are really nice that if you could afford that.
Yeah,
Like
I was
Dubai's
yeah.
really nice.
Yeah,
Italy's
hey,
nice.
But there's a lot of different laws. Like you can't walk and smoke. Like nigga, you ain't no walking chew gum.
You can't
like,
chew. You can't walk
yeah,
and
you
chew
can't chew
gum
gum.
in Singapore.
Yeah.
In Singapore, you can't walk and chew gum
we're
in
building a
Singapore.
park there. I ain't going there. We're building a park there next. Yeah, you can't chew gum. Like shit like that, bro. Like that shit crazy.
I mean, every country has its own laws. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when you go to another country, you fall under their judicial system. You know what I'm saying? You break the rules, your ass going to jail.
And
And
you don't want to go to jail over in their
most of the
system.
time, ain't nobody gonna come get you. Like,
Yeah, you
you
don't
can
want
talk
to go
to
to
whoever
jail.
you
over
want to. You can talk to your senator or whatever. They're gonna be like, "Well, they said you broke the law, and
Yeah.
what you want us to do about it?" You know what I'm saying? Like that's the mentality.
Yeah,
Especially dealing with
exactly.
embassies and stuff like
People
that.
don't know that though. Like you got to go there first and then see. Like, these niggas is for real.
But you know, based on the original question, like what experiences, like kind of like what big experiences changed my life is going to other countries, right? Like seeing how other
Mine
people
too.
live,
That's my answer.
seeing how other people live, how other cultures are. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a greater appreciation for life because, like I always tell people, America has it really good. I mean, you can be in the shittiest situation, but I've seen shittier situations. You know what I'm saying? Where there is no government assistance. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There is no uh welfare checks or government housing or anything like that where they help you, you know what I'm saying, at least have a roof over your head. Most places, you gotta fend on your own, you gotta fend for your own. You know what I'm saying? And if it requires you a family building a little shack somewhere on a little piece of land they inherited from generations before that, they gonna live that way. You know what I'm saying? No running water, no electricity.
Yeah.
So, it does bring a greater appreciation of life and like just kind of seeing like we have it really good, but you know, the world is also changing, right? So,
So just to piggyback off what you said, like our bad is good to them. Long
Our
story
bad
short,
is
like,
good. Our bad is good to them, but let's just say the world is catching up.
no, but our bad is like we think we got it bad, they got it worse.
I wouldn't
Like
say the
yo,
world. I wouldn't say the world's catching up neither.
yeah,
I
they're
would just
not
say
catching
that
up. Yeah.
we still have it really good, but with the financial situations that we have going on with the U.S. and all these different organizations and countries coming together to kind of trample the power system, it could be bad for us in the near future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
bro.
Other than what we hear about China, other than what we hear about Russia, other than what we hear about these other countries and everything, they're beautiful places. They have their hiccups, but America's got hiccups as well. Everybody's got their places, so
Certain
there's no
places are
say.
beautiful in that
So
area.
so
Certain
there's no
places.
so 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 ever since the Cold War, we've been hearing about Russia. That just seems like our grandfathers or our great grandfathers' war that we're still fighting or still pulled into somehow, way, shape, or form.
yeah, so I mean, yes, it's kind of like this grandfather thing that's just going in, but it's more geopolitics than it is anything, right? Like geopolitics and the way countries view each other will always drive that particular dynamic because there's always a power struggle. I mean, we see it, we see it in our own government, right? Like different parties wanting to have more seats in the House or more people on the Senate, you know what I'm saying, of their kind, so they can influence the laws that they want to influence. It's
Right.
geopolitics is just like that in a sense of everybody's fighting for who's going to
Yeah,
be the
but look at what you said. Fight for the laws they want to fight for. We are a government of the people, for the people.
Well,
We're not.
well,
They're supposed to be fighting for us.
we say that,
Yes.
but we say that,
We
but
need to hold these people accountable. They can't be running fucking wild, or else they're just going to be the ones with the power in the future.
can you say that
Yeah.
with confidence, though?
Can I
you
say
say
it
that-
with confidence?
Can you
Say
say
what
that
with
we?
say
can you
what
say
with
that-
confidence?
Can you say that we're the people? We're a government for the people, by the people. With
No, I
confidence?
can't say that with confidence. I can say that that was a great fucking idea. I can say that was a hell of a fucking slogan.
It's a great slogan. It's a marketing term, right? It's more marketing just rather than anything. It's not. It doesn't really reflect the outcome. Let's put it that way, right? It doesn't reflect the outcome. Yes, it may be a slogan, and yes, it sounds really good. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of the fact, and this goes back to our previous conversation, being real with yourself, but let's also be real with what's going on in the outside world. You know what I'm saying? Like we also have to be real with beyond ourselves what's really happening. And a lot of people
Right.
get, tunnel vision. And I say this because a lot of people get tunnel vision on a particular thing. I don't like that person, or I don't like what this person has done, right? But not really understanding why that person is making that decision. And then if we put these people in these positions where they have the ability to make these decisions, then all hell breaks loose, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think we gotta just like really analyze like the world as a whole and try not to get too caught up in geopolitics, because that shit doesn't make any sense at all. But like I don't think life should be like that in particular. So I think we should all be living free, and everybody, we have enough resources on earth. I feel like we have enough resources on earth for everybody to live comfortable. Now, you might not live super comfortable, but at least the basic amenities.
I respect that. Let me ask you guys, can y'all give me a time where somebody or something, somebody did something thoughtful in your life and it made like a huge impact on you? Like, anybody want to elaborate on that?
I can tell you
Like
that.
an act of kindness that went a long way
It
for
wasn't
you.
even kindness. Like, my boss at the time, like, this is 8 years ago. He's still my boss. The nigga had me doing. He had me digging. Like, I had a shovel. Nigga, I got an engineer. I'm an engineer. He had me with a shovel. This is when I first started doing Disney parks with, all that. What I do now. This nigga had me digging. He gave me a shovel. He said, "This is what he gonna do." I was digging trenches, 3 foot trenches, for like fucking 4 fucking months, and I was pissed the fuck off. But I needed this job. I was like, yo, I gotta making like fucking like $12 an hour or something like that. I was pissed the fuck off. But I ain't let him know I was pissed the fuck off. So I ain't complaining, and it's a lot of us, and everybody complaining, and I did that shit for like 2 months, 3 months actually, and he was like, "Yo, you ain't complained not one time, you know," and then he never knew my background, so I'm like, bro, I'm better than this, like that's why I was mad as fuck, 'cause, like I'm better than this, like. Look at my resume, nigga. Like, I'm better than I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I should be telling niggas what to do already, which is what I'm doing now. But, nigga, I'm better than this. Like, nigga, you gotta be fucked up. But, I sucked it up. And then he was like, yo, you ain't complained not one time and everything. And then he put me in control of the diggers. And the diggers, they been like, yo, if you're in construction, bro, I was the new nigga. If you're in construction, experience beats experience beats yeah, education. Whatever. You and Tony, hey, Mister, you know that.
Yes, sir.
Experience beats,
Absolutely.
yeah, experience beats
That's
education.
seniority. Yeah.
Yeah, so he put me in charge of them. So I would just he would come to me, he would tell me, hey, tell them to do this. And they would get pissed the fuck off because they was there way before me. But like I had a great attitude. Like I didn't complain. I want no bitch. Like, hey, this one nigga, I gotta get the check, nigga. What? Like
But
we gotta
I
get the
mean,
money.
so you were complaining, but you just complaining internally.
Yeah, I kept it to myself. I was mad as
Yeah,
hey, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad as fuck. But I needed the check. Like, yo, but that helped me out. Yeah, so it's like, yo, and then these guys were there before me, but I had a good resume. But like I said, they've been there, so they felt like I felt like they was better than me. Well, I felt like they felt like I was better than them. They felt like that's how I treated them. But then I became like, their boss or whatever, or their lead, their foreman. And then everything changed, bro. Like, yo, I let them know, like, yo, like we good, like everything, like we straight, like, and like, cause I've been there with them, like, nigga, like we gonna handle it this way, and we gonna leave it at that. So yeah, but yeah,
So, so at the
that was
so,
a
so
that
at the condos was your boss like Miyagiing you?
yes, I think he was filling me out. Well, hey, hold on, what y'all say in New York or whatever? Pause. He was filling me out. Pause. So yeah, it was a test. I think he was testing me to see uh, my potential, and then after that, I just kept growing and growing, and he kept throwing me shit like, "Now I'm here where I'm at." But yeah,
Hey, B and
My
man, how you guys got
mine
a
would probably have to be the same story, only it would probably be my ship mentor, Big Will, guy from St. Louis, that for some reason saw something in me that, and probably still see something in me that I still don't understand this day. I don't know what it is. I still don't know how we get along or why it is that we are the way we are. But for some reason, he's been a good mentor and a good person to look up to and everything. So his act of kindness was taking me under his wing when I first got to the ship,
yeah.
not knowing what the hell to do.
that's dope. And that's my man had a Marshall speaking on his ex Navy time. Hey, AB, you got a
Yo,
time where act of kindness has impacted your life?
yeah, man, all the time, bro, all the time. I would have to say, I mean, shoot. I mean, all the time. Most recently, let's just go with most recently. The new job that I just got, I got that job not because what I'm saying, not because I know the guy that owns the company, and we're cool, right? He's a good person, right? But my also my tech combined with my technical abilities or whatnot, I was able to land a job relatively quicker than I would have because you know I knew this person. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew what I was able to do. These people need help. He need a position to be felt. I just happened to be at the
Right,
right place at the right time.
right.
So stuff like that. I mean, I was listening to you guys, and one thing that kind of stood out is that um, at some significant point in your life, a mentor or somebody mentored you into some type of change, right? That was obviously positive, right?
Right.
Like BU said that his boss took him under his wing, showed him the things. Mad Hatter said he had a similar situation. Um, and I kind of wanna live life like that to to an extent where um we we get and we give, right? So like the same experience that you went through, somebody helped you, hey, look, I see potential in this particular person. Let me show you, what I know, and then let you adventure out on your own and kind of like, you know, take these teachings and kind of build yourself up. But I think that everybody needs a mentor. So I, I like to say that I want to get to like the uh learn, implement, teach model, right? So if I learn a new skill set, I want to be able to implement it, and then I want to be able to teach other people how to implement it, right?
And the piggyback off that, like that's the problem with people today. They think if you teach them your job, you're afraid of losing your job. I ain't afraid of losing my job. That's why I teach if you work with me, I teach you everything I know because I'm confident in what I do. That's the problem now.
What
And
is
that's
what the same thing goes for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we look at okay, so even though Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan still had a coach.
yeah.
Michael Jordan
Yes.
still had a mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
He was still the greatest basketball, even at his highest peak. He still had a coach. He had
Yeah.
somebody that pointed him in the right direction from a coaching perspective and gave him the ability to go out on the court and do his things with his teachings. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Now,
Yeah.
are we talking about Chuck Daly or are we talking about Phil Jackson? Because he had multiple coaches.
Well, I'm talking about Phil Jackson.
Mainly Phil Jackson.
but I get you, but you understand, like, when people talk about Michael Jordan, they only talk about Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan actually had a very good support group, right? And it was everybody else around him, his mentors, especially his coaches, and his will to play to
His
make him great,
trainer is like
to make
that,
him a
train his
great player.
body. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just feel like, when you find somebody that's willing to put in the work that you deem requirable, right?
Yeah.
Because once you get to that teaching standpoint, or you get to that mentor mentee standpoint, and I think every organization should have a mentor mentee program, because you can upscale people a lot faster, right?
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation every week. Let's go over some do's and don'ts. Let's go over things that went well, things that didn't go so well, and then how can you improve on those things, right? So like I think having a mentor is great. And I learned something from both of y'all conversations, is that somebody mentored you, right? Somebody mentored you and gave back, and I consider that giving back to the community too, right? If you can mentor somebody and they speak about them as highly as you guys spoke about the people that made an impact in your life,
Yeah.
right? That is where I want to be, where I can, like, nobody told you to say that about that person, right?
Yeah.
Like, you said that because you felt it, like,
Yeah.
and you felt so why can't we do the same? Like, I feel like we should be able to do the same thing,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
just be able to give back in that sense. So
Exactly.
everybody needs a mentor. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if you don't have a mentor, try to find one. And I say that with a grain of salt, because it's very hard to find a mentor, because people have to want to take you under their wing. You know what I'm saying? People
Yes.
have to want to mentor you. They have to see something in you, first off,
Yeah.
to say, I'm going to give this person You know what I'm saying? The keys, or at least the keys that I had.
Yeah, exactly.
So mentors are good. So I you know, I like that. So
Yeah.
I try to, like I said, I try to live in. I read this book a long time ago, and it made me realize something. And I wanted to live in like three key elements, right? Learn, implement, teach.
So
You know
you
what I'm
want to
saying?
get lit.
Yo, that I didn't even think about that, but that is so dope. I want to get lit. You should put that on the shirt. I want to be lit for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody. It doesn't have to be, but it can be kids. You know, adults in our career fields. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to take yourself out of a job. You're going to make somebody better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And at the same time, if you can make people better, then you're great. Phil Jackson, you know what I'm saying? He made a lot of players better by how he positioned them on the basketball court,
Yeah.
to say the least, right? But at the same time, those players had to be great already to even be in that arena, you know? So, but he made them that much better by the influence that he gave and the way he coached them around and his knowledge, you know? So, I say if we live it now, you know what I'm saying? Man, just put it out perfect. We try to get lit. I like
Honestly.
that.
I like that. I like that.
What you got,
That's
mister?
dope. Mm, why do you think gratitude is important?
Explain gratitude. What
Explain
is grat?
gratitude.
Yeah. What is gratitude?
Let me let me give you the Webster's definition of gratitude.
Because my first thought would be self assurance. Because
Yeah.
wouldn't
So
gratitude be self assurance?
it's confidence. Yeah, but I wonder
I
him to
don't think it's
explain it.
confidence. I wouldn't say
Gratitude.
I'm
confidence.
feeling it.
I would say confidence.
All right. So I'm gonna get my answer once you explain the definition.
All right. So gratitude, the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. That's what gratitude is. That's the definition of gratitude.
All right. So I stand with what I said. I think gratitude is confidence, and then you reciprocate the confidence. I think gratitude gives you like, yo, like I might not be, somebody give me gratitude. I might be like iffy about something, and they give me gratitude about it. I'm like, oh shit, like all right, that makes me more confident about it. And
Yeah,
then
that's why I would say self assurance.
I'm talking to AB about it though, because he said he wouldn't say that. So why wouldn't you say that, AB?
Why wouldn't I say that gratitude is like self confidence or something? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, because Marshall agree with me. Why wouldn't you say it? Like,
That gratitude is self confidence.
yeah, it's confident. No, not
Oh,
self confidence. It's just confidence.
confidence.
It's like yo,
Because
all right, I'm doing this shit right, all right, and then I reciprocated it to you.
Huh?
yeah, but that's not. I don't think that has to do with
I don't think
confidence.
that's I don't think that I don't think that's gratitude because when I hear the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. So
It's
being that that's the definition of gratitude
Well, y'all explain to
when I
me.
think of
That's why
gratitude, I think of being like thankful, being grateful, being
right. So
But
this is and this is
does
and this
not
is
being
why
thankful. Does that not make you confident in yourself?
no. So this is what I'm saying. Like you don't have to be confident to be to show gratitude, right? I don't think that you have to be confident and show gratitude because you can just show gratitude out of greatness of your heart, right? So that little lit thing that I was just explaining, if you had a mentor, right, and then
we're looking at it the wrong way. I get,
right. So
yeah,
if you
got
had a
it.
mentor, you was implementing those three things, right? That lit thing, right? That shows gratitude and appreciation, not just for you, but for the mentor that mentored you.
All right, so if that
Because
shows you gratitude,
you're like, okay,
does
this
that make
person,
you more confident though?
this person, it's like this. It's like this person showed me the roadmap. I got successful off of this person's roadmap. Now I can show other people the roadmap.
Is that not confidence?
I mean, but you build up confidence. I think confidence is more of you building up
gratitude.
A skill set. No,
you want me to give you the definition of confidence?
It's basically like building up.
I think they're not the same.
Yeah, it's basically like building up a skill set to.
It's the same shit. Yeah, I know.
To do something, to perform at something in a way that.
Yeah, but somebody's telling you, like, you did this right. You did this the right way. All right, yeah, so that builds my confidence.
But that's not you showing them gratitude.
Yeah, you just said somebody showing you gratitude. They told you did this the right way. And then, like, okay, that makes me build my confidence.
Well,
right or no? Yes or no?
When I think of gratitude, I think of somebody telling you
you did this the right way, and then that builds my confidence.
Somebody being appreciative of something that you did.
And then that
so if somebody says, "Hey, you did this the right way," that's not really them appreciating. I don't give a fuck if you care about making my hamburgers.
All right, so I'll switch it.
Hamburgers and sell them.
They're appreciative of what I did. That builds my confidence still.
No,
but
right?
But you're saying your confidence builds your gratitude towards that individual.
No, I said the opposite. Gratitude builds confidence.
Okay.
That's what I said.
All right. All right. It says the definition of confidence is the feeling or the belief that one can rely on someone or something. Firm trust.
That's exactly what I just said. Somebody tell me something I'm doing good, and that builds my confidence. That's literally what I just said. What are we talking about?
Okay. All right.
What are we talking about? All right, what you got to say, mister?
I think that gratitude has nothing to do with confidence. I think that, in my opinion, gratitude is showing what you did. Okay, gratitude to me, an example of gratitude is just like you just mentioned when we were speaking on who gave you an experience or act of kindness that impacted your life. You said that the mentor that put you in a position now was an act of kindness that impacted your life. Speaking on that impact was gratitude.
Mister, can you do me a favor?
That built my confidence.
Yes, sir.
Can you look up gravituity?
Gravituity?
Yes.
Hey.
All right.
I'm right. Hey. Yup. Hey.
I don't think it's about being right and wrong.
It's not. You know, I gotta be the antagonist, you know.
But you know,
shit.
Yeah, no, I mean this is why we had these conversations, because we have different things, right? So we can piggyback and we can learn something from each other, right? So the reason why we have these deep conversations is to get a different perspective on the idea that we already have.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%. Yeah. That's why I love like picking the other side. I love it.
Not gratuity, gravituity.
My bad.
Tired of paying gratuity anyway, Dom. Every time I go out to eat, they be like, "Nigga, we have already calculated 15%." I didn't like y'all service that much. Can I lower this?
Hey, you black, so that hey, that's all that matters. You black, that's all that matters.
while we wait on Mister. It's just the whole point of like when you go out to eat or you go somewhere where somebody provides you a service and they give you shitty service. Like I really don't want to tip y'all nothing. I really don't want to pay for whatever the fuck y'all was giving me. But
I'm
since
gonna
I'm
pay out just
obligated to pay
cause.
it, I'm gonna pay
Yeah.
it. But
I got a
don't ask me
question.
for nothing.
I hate that the waitresses get the tip, right? But she took your meal and that's about it. She took your meal and brought you the ticket. There was somebody else that brought your meal out. There was somebody else that brought you your drink. There's somebody else that brought you your drink. Somebody else cooked it.
I think it depends on the organization.
Yeah, because I mean, some
I
people
worked at
they
fast
split their tips. Like they
Yeah.
put all their tips together and split it with the cooks and everybody.
Yeah, depends on the organization
Yeah.
and the price in the tipping model. I mean, it's a lot in tips. I mean, tips suck for the most part. I mean, no, tips are good. Fuck it. What am I talking about? Tips are really good. Shit, I remember I used to work at Fats, and bro, on a busy night, I used to walk out with a wad of money just from tips.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, what we got? Because I got questions too. Tonio, hey, finish us off with all the questions. Let's get it.
Put your what's your questions you got for us, Bill?
Are we done with all the other questions?
Yeah.
No, we ain't. Nigga, I'd be canceling them. We ain't done with all
Then
of them.
spit a Then what questions we got?
All right. I got a question. It's
What's your
for
question?
Sundays, and you know, I talked to my grandma today, and I cried today. Do y'all cry?
I
Do y'all cry?
Bro.
Cause I had a deep talk with my grandma. Like, do y'all cry?
If I see sad commercials, other than that, I haven't cried in a while. Like those ASPCA commercials with the dogs out there chained to a fence or something like that. That usually gets me teared up or anything. I hate those commercials.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't cried in a while.
Yeah, because I cried today. Yeah, I cried today. Yeah.
I tried crying. It didn't work out.
You hold on. You try to cry.
I've tried.
Yeah, because my grandma's going through dementia, so you know, I have to talk to her every day, and so she remembers me out of everybody out the family. She remembers me, and so I call her every day, and I cried today. I cried today because she's going through some shit, and that shit hurts me. I think it hurts me more than it hurts her because she don't fucking remember anyway. And I cried today, and actually, it really felt
It's hard
good
to watch someone you love fall apart like a cheap watch.
Yeah, but it felt good to cry, like, and like I know, like us as men, we think it's niggas manly. You can't cry. You're like nigga, I'm gonna cry, nigga. I cried on a podcast before, and like you know, this is earlier in our episodes. I think I did right. I cried on the podcast before. Yeah, I did, and then I had to get off. Yeah. So yeah, nigga, I'm emotional. I don't mind. A man shows emotions. A bitch a bitch man try to hide his emotions. That's what I think. Like, yeah, I show my emotions. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I'm gonna let you know who I am. I'll be you. If I however I feel, nigga, that's how I am at that moment. But yeah, I cried today, you know, and then I cry all the time. My grandma's going through some shit, and it's hurting me. And you know, I might cry right now, but you know, I'm gonna try to hold it in. But it's like it's taught like men can't cry. Like we should be able to cry, show emotions, relieve it. Because if I hold my shit in and I go the fuck off, y'all already see how I am regular. If I go the fuck off and I hold shit in, then it's gonna be bad. So I just like let it out. And I just like venting. Like I just like venting. Like I'm venting right now. Like venting. Like I like my friends. I like talking to my friends. And like my friends are my therapy. And I've been going through some shit lately that's not even like it's not even my fault. Like it's just like I don't know. I don't know if I say it's God's fault or nothing, but like I've been I've been going through some shit and it's been hurting me, and I've just been pushing through, and that's all I can do. And wish the best, and then make the most memories with my grandma because like nigga, I called her and then she was like, "Who is this?" Then I called her the next day, and then she was regular, like you know. So she's going through dementia. She got to move with my mom. Like, yo, and she's mad at that. Like, yo, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I cried. And once I cried, it made me feel good.
Does she get angry?
No. No, yes, she does. She got angry because
Oh, they can be mean. They can be real mean.
yeah, she got angry. Listen, listen,
start
hold up,
taking
hold
that
up, hold up, hold
personal.
up,
And you
hold up,
start
listen.
taking that personal.
No, she got angry because she felt like she could do it on her own. But my mom and her job, they're like, yo, it's time for her to retire and everything. And she has to move with my mom. And she wants to be alone by herself.
Yeah.
And she got angry about that. But she has no control because now my mom is like power of attorney. So she has to move with my mom by the summer. So and I cried about that too. Like, nigga, I be crying. Well, nigga, I'm gonna cry. Well, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all niggas say. Or anybody else who watches this. Like, I'm gonna cry, like, because I show emotions. I'm not holding shit in. Like, yo, like, I'm personal. I'm a personal person. Like, yo, let it out. Just be you. Like, I'm me. But yeah. But do y'all cry? That's my question. I'm sorry. I be venting. I had to vent a little bit. But do y'all cry?
Any one of you guys want to answer that?
I don't cry. I've tried to cry. I haven't cried in a while. I've tried to cry. It didn't work out. I was sad. It didn't work out.
Mhm.
I just made sounds and it looked like a fucking fool.
I think
What
everybody
about
cried. I haven't cried in a minute, you know. And my eyes got teary a little bit about certain situations and shit, but I haven't really full out bawled in a while. Like I haven't bawled in a while, in a long time.
right?
Nigga, I cried today. Like, yeah.
Like I mean, tears.
No,
I don't
nigga,
know if you
I
consider
cried.
tears. Yeah, like cry. I haven't cried, and I can't remember last time I cried.
Nigga, my daughter
Um,
had a fucking a spectacular performance, like in a band. She had a solo. Nigga, I cried. Like, nigga, like, yeah, wait. She had a fucking, she had a fucking solo performance, and I
But those,
cried.
but those were tears of joy.
I still cried.
I still cried, right? It's still tears
Yeah,
and tears.
nigga, like,
Um,
yo, I cried, nigga. I care. I'm emotional. Y'all niggas know
I
I'm
mean, I
emotional.
guess when I hear cry, I think about like the boo hoo sad face looking cry. I haven't did one
No,
of them. You know what
no,
I'm
not
saying? I
even
haven't,
that. Like, yo, I cried because I'm like, yo, I raised this. Like, and then
but
she's
but
the
but
fucking.
tears coming out of my eyes. With you know what I'm saying, like tears have fallen. Yeah, if I see a sad scene in a movie, you know what I'm saying. When I'm talking to my kids or when I'm being thankful, listening to gospel music, being thankful for God. and all that he done for me. Um, but as far as like boohoo, crying and shit, like sad face, like like the movie type shit, no, I haven't
Yeah.
done one of those. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if I see a sad scene in the movie that really touched me, or a scene in the movie about a dad being away from his kids because I work on the road, being away from my kids, like it'll touch me, and my eyes will get filled up with water. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father of five daughters, so my daughters have definitely softened me up from my youth for sure. Um, Being in tune with God and really caring about people as a whole, um, and really loving everybody as a sense of God's sense of love. Um, I be sad all the time for us as a whole when I see negative things happen to us, or see things that we do or say to each other and how we treat each other as humans.
Yeah.
Um, that saddens me because I care that much about all of us as a God sense of people. You know what I mean? I think as humans, we're supposed to treat and do better for one another than we do. I feel like we are all one body and many members. So when I see us treat each other poorly, it saddens
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so hey, you ever called somebody like because this happened to me today? You ever call somebody to calm down and because I seek therapy in people they should be
Yes, I
dealing with.
have.
And hold up. You ever call somebody to calm down and then these niggas piss you off even more?
me. I
You
think
know, like
I think you might have called the wrong person.
yeah,
Yeah.
hey. All right, so
Doing,
Marshall,
doing
you said yes, you have.
Somebody call people and had them piss you off more. Yes,
Yeah.
because they didn't agree with your side of the story, and weren't saying what you thought they'd say, and they're like they take the other person's side. Yeah, that pisses me off. They're trying to be reasonable, taking the other person's side and everything, or trying to be a third party, and I'm like, no, you're supposed to see it from my side.
Hey, what about you, Missy? Because hey, I be getting pissed the fuck off. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I let the motherfucker know, like nigga, hey, like Mister, like I be like Mister, nigga, you ain't called me in a couple of days. What the fuck going on?
Yeah, I don't be letting. I try not to let things upset me, man. Believe it or not, bro. I
Hold
don't. I
up, I
don't do
said,
anything.
Mister, you ain't called me in a couple of days. What the fuck going on?
Oh, I thought that was like an example. I didn't know that was like a
No,
direct thing.
yeah, it's both. It's both. And then I call you, nigga, yo, answer. I be like, I'm gonna blow this motherfucker phone up.
Man, you better watch how you say that right now. There are people actually calling people's pages or cell phones and blowing that shit up.
Yeah, not for real. Yeah, not for
He know better.
real.
All right, so how y'all feel about like uh, people keeping their word to you?
I think every man should have a code. I think that's what
Right.
lacks with the male society of today is that there's too many men that don't have a code. I think having a code to live by and everything, and somewhere on that code, you probably would keep your word. Keeping your word is one of them, but I think it comes down to having a code to live by.
I respect that. I like that perspective.
All right, Mister.
Um, yeah, man. I think I was always taught that a man only has two things in this world: that a man has his name and a man has his word. And once you mess your word up, your name is messed up, and once you mess your name up, your word is messed up. So I've always known it and thought and lived by that philosophy that you cannot mess your name up. So you have to be a man of your word.
All right, so with people keeping their word, fuck the people. What about keeping the word to yourself? And I can answer this for myself. I'll answer first, actually. Keeping the word to yourself means, to me, means you got to stand on business. And sometimes I'm not good at that. And that comes with procrastination. Like I might do it, but I do it later on. You know, but
Right.
I might say I'm gonna do this shit today. It ain't gonna get done today, but that shit gonna get done later on. It's eventually gonna get done.
Right.
It's eventually gonna get done.
Do you know what I think silently kills people and controls procrastination or brings out procrastination?
What's that,
What's
brother?
that?
The fact that there's no such thing as instant success.
Yeah, that's fine, but for me
But
is
because if you're
listening.
working on something and you know you're gonna sit there and work on it and put your all into it and see instant success, I think there would be less procrastination. I think the fact that people know that it's going to take time and everything just brings out the procrastination because people are like
Procrastination. Wow.
it's gonna take time anyway, and I got time, I got time, I got
Yeah,
time, and
yeah, but that
eventually
comes with
you run out of
that
time,
comes with.
and eventually you
Hey,
run out of
Eventually,
time.
that's fine.
what's my saying? You can't rush greatness. So there's gonna be procrastination. That's my saying. I made that up. You can't rush greatness. But yeah, like but you need procrastination, but you need to follow up on procrastination. Like you have to follow up on it. Like there's some shit that I meant to do like months ago that I'm doing now. Actually, like there's like shit like that. Like, and I'm like, yo, damn, I forgot about that. Damn, I gotta make that happen. Shit like that. And that comes with tolerance, actually. But and then that comes with putting too many goals or setting too many goals at the same time, and it comes with priorities. Like, all right, I got to get this shit done before I do this, and it comes with trying to do too much at the same time. We can't do too much at the same time. Like, nigga, we're not a multi-billionaire for a multi-millionaire podcast. Nigga, we can't do too much. We gotta do one step at a time. Man. Like, hey, all right, we get this done, then we do this, then we do this, then we do this. You know what I'm saying?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
That shit won't build in years. We about to build this shit in a year though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Watch, hey, watch. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gotta speak into existence.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Like
I
like
just
I
said.
said, if it ain't for me, I ain't forcing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. If it ain't for me, I ain't forcing it. Cause I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. Like, if
It's
it
got to
ain't for
feel
me,
organic.
yeah. I like that word. I love that word. If it ain't for me, I'm not forcing shit. That's it.
I respect that. I respect that. What positive note can we leave the people out with on SOulFul Sunday, man?
Um, Maddhadduh, you go first.
Oh, come on. I was hoping you were going to go first because I was
All
going to
right.
write.
My tolerance is unemployed, and my patience ain't got no job. That's it.
You got something, Matt?
The benevolence of tomorrow is the basic laws of today.
Mm, I like that. I like that. Repeat that for me one more time. I like that so much.
The benevolence of tomorrow is the basic laws of today.
The benevolence of tomorrow is the basic laws of today. I like that, man. Mm. I got one for y'all too, man. This is remember every challenge that you face is a stepping stone to your success. Embrace your journey, stay positive, and let your light shine bright. All right, man. This is another episode of Soulful Sundays, man. This is Mr. Sapiosexual. We had Mad Marshall. We had AB in the building. We had my co-host VU. And all you got to
Hold
do
on,
is
fuck.
VU.
I promote myself. Hey, it's your boy BU. That's all you gotta motherfucking do. Let's get it. Hey.
Let's get it. I love it. I love
Art
it.
for
Man,
change.
continue.
Let's get it. Hey, shouts out to Aubrey. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to everybody that's been on Art for Change, man. All the artists, all the professionals that have been on our that helping create our craft to make us who we are as Art for Change. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to join in, lock in, and continue, man. Art for Change. Peace and love, y'all. And we out.
Peace. Let's get it.